What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Beans, and you now rocking with Knotz Indie Radio. Let's get it poppin'.
What up, world? It's your boy M.O.U.F. Move over, you finish. Monopoly the Family, SDE. You listening to Everything Indie Show. You heard me.
Yo, this is G Supreme, and you listening to the Everything Indie Show.
Step into my office where we do it my way. Step into my office, just do what I say. Bet you let that guard down if I ask you to stay. Step into my office where we do it my way. We don't play. We don't play. We do it how I want it my way. I'm hard to swear to God we don't play. We don't play. Yeah.
I'ma do somebody slimy with it, then have you hide this K. 27.6 twos into food for the brain. And I promise you gon' get my full attention once dudes out the way. Get him out of here. I'ma still be on the grind, but I won't let it consume all my days. Can't do it alone, girl, it's gonna take two like Rob Bass. It's gonna take two. Running to my Clyde, I just ain't convinced you to rob banks. We can do it though. Done a lot of time already, way too much to play. Did too much of it. Always getting judged over having tattoos on my face. Yeah. Everybody said that we would never last, but you didn't mind, I had a checkered past. Pistol on my waist when I hug you from behind, but it isn't what you're feeling pressed against your ass. Play me once and never get a second chance. Catch you stealing from me, get a severed hand. I ain't showing mercy or forgiving anybody. At this point you can forget a verbal reprimand.
Step into my office where we do it my way. Step into my office, just do what I say. Bet you let that guard down if I ask you to stay. Step into my office where we do it my way. We don't play. We don't play. We do it how I want it my way. I'm hard to swear to God we don't play. We don't play. Yeah. Try to feel me, but you never get a pulse now. Follow my lead or you a pro now. No emotion, cold by design now. All I'm ever asking for is time now. Fully loaded, never feel alone now. I'm trying to show you something. They all on my line like I own something. Hollis, I don't care, man, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah. I'ma do somebody slimy with it, then have you hide this K. 27.6 twos into food for the brain. And I promise you gon' get my full attention once dudes out the way. Get him out of here. I'ma still be on the grind, but I won't let it consume all my days. Can't do it alone, girl, it's gonna take two like Rob Bass. Running to my Clyde, I just ain't convinced you to rob banks. We can do it though. Done a lot of time already, way too much to play. Always getting judged over having tattoos on my face.
Yeah. It's the one and only Logic DGC, welcoming you to another episode of the Everything Indie Show. Yeah, the platform where we showcase independent artists and show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and how to keep going and get your mojo going if you trying to do it, get into this game and see what works for you, what works for them. And today we have a dope guest, the one and only Mike Handz. in the building today. Well, remotely, but you know how we do it. Brother that's boot camp affiliated, and has done a lot of work with a lot of legends, and so it's an honor to have him on here. Definitely look forward to a dope interview. But we also have the top 5, as we always do, the top 5 indie music videos of the week. It was pretty tough. This week there was because of the long layoff since our last show, we had a lot of music to choose from. I wish I could have did a top 50 or whatever. I mean, excuse me, it's top 30 or something, because it was that much good music out there. But you can always catch those on the Indie Sounds of the Week. We'll break those down as well too. Let's go ahead and play the first song on the top 5. We'll get going with that this week. We're going to also chop it up about, the wrap up, see what y'all felt about that, and my quest for another indie artist to pick up the mantle and do something with that and get their name out there. Let's hope and see if somebody did that. As of right now, I don't see that it happened. But the first song of the top 5 that we're going to rock with today is one of my favorite artists right now. The brother 38 Special with El Camino. This track is called Route 38, and it's produced by Buck Wild. Go ahead and check this out. You can always look at this on the Everything Indie Show YouTube, which is the Have Nots Entertainment page. You can go there. There's going to be a playlist for this week's episode, and all the top 5 going to be there. There's going to be a guest playlist where you can get all of Mike Handz' dope music, interviews, and going way back when the brother had dreads and everything. So, yeah, I did my homework. Yeah. So we here. Let's go ahead and play the first of the top 5 indie music videos of the week. And we got, like I said, 38 Special featuring El Camino, Route 38, and it's produced by Buck Wild. Let me know what y'all think. Let's see what y'all think. All right, I should have had that set up already, right? I hear you. Boom. We just about ready to rock. Boom, here we go.
Dropped out, it wasn't working out. Couldn't afford a wardrobe, so I went and bought a quarter ounce. Fuck it, I'ma try this corner out. I went from standing on the corner to places I never thought about. I know what being locked all about. I used to stand up on my bunk at 10 o'clock when they call a count. Was getting money in large amounts. You went home and came back. I went home and bought a house. Now they love me in Australia. Biggest fears being broke, having to do what a boss tell you. But don't let the law jail you. You go broke and they stop showing love. I call it heart failure. Was locked in a dark cellar, a raw cellar. You couldn't walk a mile in my mall jealous. I made land from a grain of sand. And if you ain't taking care of your fam, nigga, you ain't a man.
I'm a product of the streets, ain't nothing to worry about. You know daddy, he gon' be okay. And as soon as the 4 pounds out, we laying under your house. Shit, we probably chilling in your hallway. And you know that the streets don't sleep. My family gotta eat, man, you know I'm getting to it all day. And as soon as the sun comes out, ain't nothing to talk about. Think it's easy, you learn this shit the hard way.
Hey, you ain't never got a brick and play. Open it up and took 2 deuces out like you dealing spades. I was young with a pimpin' phase. I learned how to make women behave, even the renegades. Spent a lot of time getting paid or getting in the beef. Couldn't sleep till I seen them in the grave. Target practice with a gauge. Print your picture on a page and shoot at it till the image fade. Teacher said I was a lost cause till I parked cars and couldn't bring them home like report cards. Fans want a nigga called hard. My lawyer fought real hard to beat that first degree assault charge. My wife know that I go hard. She ain't never gotta work no job or touch a doorknob. Gentleman shit, that ain't no problem. A real gangster take care of his family before he
Baby,
go
I'm a
home.
product of the streets, ain't nothing to worry about. You know daddy, he gon' be okay. And as soon as the 4 pounds out, we laying under your house. Shit, we probably chillin' in your hallway. And you know that the streets don't sleep, my family gotta eat. Man, you know I'm getting to it all day. And as soon as the sun comes out, ain't nothing to talk about. Think it's easy, you learn this shit the hard way.
Yeah, that was 38 Special featuring El Camino, Route 38, produced by Buck Wild. Go ahead and check that out on the Have Nots Entertainment YouTube page, and go to the week 42nd indie videos of the week, and that's number 1 on there. So we're gonna go to the we doing this in rapid mode today. We getting everything done. We're gonna try to do everything on time today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and play a song that I wanted to play. It's an older one. We're gonna get to the newer ones while he's on the line with us. But I wanted to play this Sean Price and Mike Handz track called "Conceit." Let me so y'all can get a little flavor of what the brother's about. So yeah, let's get that queued up and let's go. Mike Handz, Sean P, Conceit.
Fuck. This nigga get me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Fucking features, B. You know what I mean? Fucking lead the league in assists right now. Underground assists, I lead the league. Who is it? Mike's Pizza. Man, what's good, bro? Mike hit it in the ass.
Ain't nothing, man. I'm trying to hit you on everything, son. Skype.
Yeah, I seen the Skype, I seen the Facebook, I seen the Twitter.
You know I ain't lying. Son, I'm on the hottest nigga ever, son. Like since Jesus, son. I get busy. What up? I need you on something, man. I need you on the record like ASAP.
Let me see what I can do, man. You know what I mean? You know, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back, man. You know, freedom is the road, so we travel by the multitude.
What?
Cross on the green line between, man. There's more ways to cross the street. You know what I mean?
Hands to your veteran niggas, never been better than fire and trappy, gutting and scrapping you niggas, let him in. Tie up his pappy, then slap his pappy with metal pins. Let him spinganate him, we fade him, my nigga. Stay on my money flex, do curls with money bags. Cashing in bloody checks, duffel in money bag. Niggas like you the next, hands stay like you the fag. All on my dick making me sick now that I wave the flag. We GMR, we hold a bar and keep it overhead. We play the part, you niggas start, my niggas overfed. Hear me, Duke better be young, but better see pop lock letters around balls when he get at me. Your boy Marine in it, I'm meaning it, this all day. I pop a seed in it, I'm breathing it, men all play. This here the intro, I ain't even begin. This hot oil now, I'm pushing you in. It's hands, nigga, let's go.
Yo, appetite for destruction. Faggot night, grab a knife, stab at something. Bitch niggas food on dinner plate. Hate everybody, nigga, I don't discriminate. When I hold the heat, one shot turn your face to bologna meat. You know me, chief. Loud weed, rolled and leaf. Ricky Steamboat, mean notes, wrote on sheets. Mister, why you get me shot? I don't even know your ass, do forget me nots. Fake thugs wanna get me shot. Testify on I. Why the fuck you wanna get D cops? I will twist your partner, then transform my gear like Mr. Rogers. The shit I spit is bonkers. Bitch your head, bitch, that's divide and conquer.
Took over the sweet little man. And girl, you know, you sure enough fine, but Conceit took over.
Yeah, that was Mike Handz and Sean Price with Conceit. And without further ado, let me go ahead and get the brother on the line. Peace.
What's good? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, a pleasure to have you on here, brother. Before we get into anything, go ahead and let the people know who you are, where you from, and what you claiming, brother.
I mean, Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York, y'all already know. Those that know, those that won't, will. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I represent that boot camp clique, family lineage, and I represent that Death Squad. Salute Eric Sermon and everybody over there. I'm just here, man, real hip hop. And I don't mean that in the sense of any particular sound or genre, just real hip hop, the culture. And, you know, the same way a Jewish person, you know, stands for Judaism, I stand for hip hop. So that's my culture. I'm a citizen of the nation of hip hop, so to speak. So it's
Ooh, I like
100% that. You know what I mean?
I like that. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about how you got into the music game. You know, were you like just started rhyming, or was there people around you that was rhyming and stuff like that? How did you end up deciding that this was something that you wanted to do?
Well, I've been in music since the 4th grade. Like I started singing. Salute Miss Beck, the choir and music teacher in my elementary school that caught me singing in the hallway going to the bathroom one day and made me stay after school for chorus practice. And I've been in choirs and choruses ever since until I graduated high school.
So you wasn't really rapping in high school.
I started rapping in the 8th grade, but
okay.
But singing was always my first deal and first situation was in a boy group called Visions back when the Boys was out. Not to date myself, but you know, we had a little deal and you know did the whole Apollo circuit and all that, finding our way talent show circuit, and when part of the clause of the deal, our parents had that if our grades slipped below a certain average, that, and not an average as an individual, but an average as a group, then we would have to disband. And you know, they gave us, they went back on their word twice. Third time they held to their word. And ironically, the third time and the deciding time was the one member that we had that actually wasn't a vocalist. He was really just our really good friend. You know, not to put it out, he was like our Ronnie DeVoe. You know what I'm saying? Like he could get all the steps. He was funny. We loved him. It was loyalty, and we figured we could learn the rest as we go together. You know what I mean? So it wasn't about what you came to the table with, or what we could get from the table. And we were practicing that in the 6th, 7th grade, and then we disbanded. And ironically, nobody else ever pursued music again after that except me.
Really?
Yeah, I still know everyone, you know, from the group. My godbrother was in the group, so I'm the only one that still does music to this day. And another set of friends, Aaron Vera and my other friend Chris Marshall, they was like, yo, we starting this rap group, you gonna rap? I'm like, I don't rap. They was like, you gonna rap? I said, nah, I could do the choruses. Cause back then I didn't even know the term hook, you know what I mean? Like I could do the choruses. And they was like, nah, you gonna rap. So back then we was going to school in Bay Ridge. So Fort Hamilton was really close, and most of the school was populated by the military kids off Fort Hamilton. So that's where we ended up hanging out. So we went over to Chris's crib, and ironically, his older brother Dre was a rapper.
His partner was this kid named Chaos, so it's Chaos and Mass Confusion. They upstairs rapping for real. It sounds just like Video Music Box. You know what I'm saying? We downstairs sound terrible, but we trying. And Chaos actually ended up being Babyface Chaos from the Bush Babies.
Oh, look at that.
Years later. So we downstairs terrible. They upstairs, we trying to sound like them. But they helped me write, Chris and Aaron helped me write my first rap. And that was called Unstoppable. It was hilarious when I think back about it. But
do you know it?
I do.
You mind spitting a little bit of it for us?
You'll be the only interview I've ever done this, but
I appreciate
it was like,
you.
I'm unstoppable. Can't you see? And nigga alive that completely defeat me. I'm bad like Michael, yet I'm iron like Tyson. Or UMCs, watch out, cause I be icing your tail. I send you home in the mail like a letter. I'm fly right now, but I'm constantly getting better. I excite like a knight on the field of doom, cooking MCs like a heat-seeking harpoon, a renegade. And then I went somewhere from there.
Dope, brother. But you could. That's beautiful that you're able to remember that because you could really see the growth. Because just doing my homework on you and stuff like that, I was like, bro, this dude's a lyricist. Like, he don't play. This is not a dude that's just rapping because they said I rap. You know what I mean? Go ahead and rap. Nah, this is a dude that actually knows how to put bars together and put thoughts together and have the bars continue to mean something the whole way through.
I take that personal, and I appreciate you 1,000% for acknowledging, even if you didn't like any of my songs. I love the fact that you would at least acknowledge the fact that I put time into the pen. Like, I feel like even my son, his name is Lex King. He got records out there too, my oldest son. And he, he's more modern. Like, he's a little tapped into the trappish, the drillish type vibe. And I told him, I don't listen to none of that shit. That's first and foremost. But if that's what you love, that's what you do. Only thing I say is coming out of my house. I don't care what you say. That ain't my business. But you're going to say something.
Yeah.
Like, that's the law. You're going to say something. I don't care what you say. But it ain't going to just be out here mumbling and no.
Saying reckless. Not even reckless, but just dumb shit that don't even mean nothing.
Even if it's dumb shit, it got to have gravity to it.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be about something. You know what I mean? Even the reckless, dumb shit, it could be about something. Just not like just stupid shit like, oh, I'm wearing this jeans right here. Some dumb shit.
I got these jeans and my belt fly.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But even if I was to say I got on these jeans and my belt fly, metaphorically it's saying that my life is falling down, but I found a way to hold things up. Like, it's still a metaphor. So for me, I feel like if you listen to my most reckless records, where it's just street record, like just street, just corner rap bars. If I was to give you the metaphor for every line, you'll have a totally different verse. Because even the metaphors still tell the story. So if I mention a gun, I'm probably talking about how my bars spit. You know what I'm saying? If I mention, my gang, I'm probably talking about the team of MCs that come with me. If I'm talking about the beef, it's probably against the system, society, or these other rappers that we feel are less than the way we approach or uphold the culture. It's always that. I just get to use the language that's exciting for the listener. But if they really listen, and those fans that I actually have that are into my records, that literally go on like genius.com and play with my lyrics, or they go in there and try to correct my lyrics. Like, I've had fans go and try to literally do the annotations to my lyrics of what I meant when I said what I said. Some come extremely close, some nail it, and some are totally out the window.
They got a different picture. But which is beautiful about music, because you can get what you want out of whatever. You know what I mean? As long as you...
It's like the Bible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Bible. It's subject to interpretation. So the trick is, if I say, yo, I went in here with the 9 and shot him in his head, there is no room for interpretation. It only means one thing.
Yeah.
But if you could say it in a way that somebody that's listening can apply it to whatever they day happened to have been, or whatever the moment they listening to it in, and the next time they hear it in another space mentally, it can mean something else, and they love the song all over again. So that's the beauty. That's the fun for me. The easy part is getting in front of a microphone and saying something. The beauty is saying something worth saying, and it still be considered dope.
True indeed. So Are you currently signed to Boot Camp?
No, I've never signed a boot camp. Boot camp
Okay.
is not a record label
True.
or a
You're
management
right.
company.
Yeah.
It's the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct.
They were signed to Duck Down.
Correct.
Majority of which are not now,
Yeah.
but still have a loyalty to the brand. You know what I mean? So salute LRG that just put out the new Duck Down collaboration products that you can go on duckdown.com and definitely check for. So it's always going to be support of the family, support of the team. The day Buckshot said, if anybody asks you with us, that already solidified what it was, no matter where I was at.
Exactly.
But Duck Down never offered Mike Handz a deal. So
Okay.
no, I was never signed over that side.
So tell me where is your music space right now? Like how would you say you're pushing your music? How is it you're getting everything out there? How are you getting your numbers and all this other stuff? How's all of that
honestly,
happening?
if you want to be real honest, what makes it so beautiful when individuals like you hit me up for interviews and things like that is, to be honest with you, the last thing I put out was between April and June of 2020, which was the COVID freestyles that I put out when the pandemic first started. And I was rapping to kind of just try to kill time and not try to climb up these walls that I'm confined in. So luckily my studio is in my crib. So me being in quarantine, man, I could just focus more on work, right? After that, I had my kidney transplanted.
Oh damn, man! Shout out to you, man. Damn.
Appreciate it. I was on dialysis for the last 4 years. So I had the transplant August 2020. Then for a year after that, I was basically in recovery. So I wasn't really doing too much of nothing. I was rapping kind of just when features came in, but I really wasn't focused on doing records. The good part is in 2019, I finished my last album and we hadn't put it out. So we spent the whole year or two putting the merch package together and plotting how we want to release this album. So it was set to come out March 2020, but then the world shut down. Then we were going to release it again March 2021, but the world was still shut down. So now Golden Era Timeless is in the queue still, but just now we have book bags and hats and jackets and t-shirts and pens and lighters and stickers and notebooks and everything to go along with it, that I had 2 years to really just every month order more materials to help support the brand. Like this hoodie, comes out with the album. These hats come out with the album. There's like 4 different hats. So the delay actually worked in our favor, right? But the music will be coming out 2 ways. Well, 3 now. So there'll be an NFT version of the music, but that's only going to be for the Blacklist album, which was the follow-up album, but I'm going to drop it as an exclusive NFT project.
Okay.
The Golden Era Timeless, that is a partnership between me and a company called Sismograph out of Paris that produced the whole project. So salute DJ Lundercover that produced and mixed the whole project. Every single song on there. Salute all the features on there. From Granddaddy IU and Craig G that I have on my Juice Crew feature to Sky Zoo and Shaw Stimuli, Sadat X,
that's a nice
Bad
lineup.
Seed, the Bad Seed, Shabam Sadiq. I just reached for all my favorite friends, Punchline, all my favorite friends, and then some of my Animal Gang team, Chaos, the MC. I just got dudes I love on there, Napoleon the Legend, VVS Verbal, just dudes I really love. Anybody I missed, you'll hear it when it comes. The intro by my man Sunez, so got a nice spoken word intro to it. And just really you'll hear the love and the production quality on this album. Like when it comes on, and I love everyone's music around me. Like I'm a fan of my friends before anything. If you ever go up to my old studio, top of the house, there's everybody's signature on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends' artwork and everything is like how my old room used to be with Big Daddy Kane and all them. It's like now it's all my friends.
Look at that.
And it's like, that's really what this is about for me. Like, remember the lunchroom, and you come in the lunchroom, you gotta have a new set of bars every time you step in the lunchroom, and the beats start on the lunch table and everybody gather around and you giving it up, or the stairwell in the school or the building. That's all it was really about for me. I ain't never cared about making no records. So
I totally agree with that concept because, like, for me, I literally stopped even losing the love a little bit because I used to be used to rap myself and stuff like that, and then I kind of like lost the love a little bit because like the people that I got into it with, like into the music game with, we kind of had little fallouts, and then even though I had more success without them, moving forward, it wasn't the same. Like I didn't feel like, if you listen to a lot of my songs back in the day, they're always shouting out people and talking about crew love and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? So that was big for me, and hip hop really meant a lot of that for me. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Hip hop is communal, and for me, coming up with the whole Nation of Hip Hop situation that also will be launching this year, and the Citizen of Hip Hop campaign, like all of that is about that camaraderie. It's about that communal, if you want to go back to African village type vibe that the music brings together. So it was always about performance for me. You know what I mean? But I'm forced to make records because records are my calling cards to get people to the performances, right?
Yeah.
Give them something to walk away with. So, you get into it. So back to what you were asking me. Def Squad, they signed me in 2018. So yes, I'm Eric, one of Eric Sermon's artists. Just like Keith Murray and Redman was and everything like that. So it's part of that lineage.
Is that where you're getting beats? Do you get production through them, or do you do that on your own?
I have a whole Def Squad album that's got halted by COVID, but it's 50% done, all produced by Eric Sermon, Rockwilder, and Ty Fife. So the in-house, and Sickness, as well as Boogie, which are the in-house producers for Def Squad. Yes.
Dope, man. That sounds.
But
like
I'm not limited to that.
Yeah, don't be.
I'm not limited to
definitely.
that. Yeah, my in-house producers are Traxman from Tampa and Black Market Productions. They're part of my in-house production team. DJ Rec from San Diego is part of my in-house team. Sis McGrath, DJ Lundercover is one of my primary in-house producers. So then if you want to go overseas, you have D2, Dicta 2 Productions. You have that's out of Dicta 2 is out of Germany. WizKid is out of Germany. And then you have one of my primary dudes that actually worked on a lot of the me and Sean Price stuff, formerly called Alter Beats. Now they're Whip Beats out of France. And then one of my sharpshooters, like one of probably the best producers I have in my network all around, period, that would be Freedom Lyles. He's just everybody from Erykah Badu to, Method Man. So, that's like my in-house family team. But, if it's about the project by project, now that I've gotten this deal, then Eric Sermon, I guess, is probably and Rockwilder are my biggest name producers that are now in-house as well.
It sounds like you being set up for success right there. I mean, just with all the names out here and stuff like that, all you have to do now is really put it in motion, because with your lyrics and the beat producers, it sounds like you're going to have a lot of fire to work with.
I feel like even right now, there's an arsonist arsenal, and that I have already done. But I'm at this place, especially, bro, when you go through a life and death space. Now, if we in the streets, we all been in life and death moments.
But it's different to really be in the middle of life and death.
Yeah, when you in a life and death space, meaning this moment isn't passing anytime soon. And I have no idea what the ending of this moment is going to look like, because I'm waiting on the generosity of a stranger, right? When you need an organ. So your perspectives start to shift a little bit. Your priorities start to shift a little bit. So some of the stuff that I was passionate about rapping about don't interest me as much anymore. So it starts to be this space where I finally worked all these years this hard to get this positioning that you just pointed out. And now I was so confident in exactly what I wanted to say if ever I was put in this position.
Now it's all out the window.
Here, now that I'm here, I go through, like, literally the day that I did the photo shoot for the cover of Validated magazine to announce that I signed. I had just had the surgery on my arm to get the fistula put in so that I could get on the dialysis machine.
That's
So
crazy.
if you ever look at those pictures in that cover, I have a black sleeve on like Iverson, you know what I'm saying, covering surgery. And I never had a chance to be who I was pursuing the position. Because by the time I got it, I was becoming who I was once I got a chance to deal with the position. So now I'm still trying to, I had just found my voice as far as I was concerned. That's how come I was so confident in stepping into the situation. Now I feel like puberty. I feel like my voice changed again.
Now I think though the stuff that you are gonna put together and write since that moment, are gonna be stuff that are more impactful to the everyday person, not just a specific genre of people. You know, now you're gonna have more people that are gonna listen to your stuff and are gonna feel your pain, your love, your you know, and everything else, as opposed to just, you know, like hood dudes or something, you know, that relate more, you know, that relate directly, you know.
Well, I feel like the beauty is I always did have a bit of a broad scape with that, because remember, I wasn't, well, I'm not sure how much of the research you did. I wasn't always just a rapper. I was a menswear clothing designer for 20 years. I was a model for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So I traveled the world under 3 different tickets. I traveled the world as a rapper. Then I seen those same countries as a designer who people had no clue I rap. And another, you know, round in these countries when I was just a runway guy and billboard guy. So I have a lot of different incarnations that I rap from. You know what I'm saying? So I understand how broad the ear can be and how many different vantage points I've been afforded in life. You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely seen the world from different lenses. However, now what's worth my words versus what's not worth my words is hindering me from writing anything, because I don't want to write just anything. You see what I'm saying? I think I'm overthinking it, and I might be putting too much pressure on myself.
You are, but I think I know where you're going at. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, but I think it's that place where you're in this extreme space, and then you land in this extreme space, and you got to find your way to this middle ground. I think I'm in the process of doing that. So some of the stuff I've been forced to write because they're features. So those are easier, because features, I'm not writing about me. I'm writing about what the record is dictating. Correct. So you already are telling me what to write when I get the song with the hook on it, or I get the song with your verse on it. So that's easy. I just put bars together. But when I have to conjure a vision and a concept, now I'm not settling for just any concept that sounds good on the beat. Now it has to be true to who I've become, and I'm still meeting him. You see what I'm saying?
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, that part is a little weird for me, but it's I'm not rushing it either, because people like you are helping with the anxiety, because you're like, one of the biggest anxieties that no artist speaks about is you don't want to be forgotten. You know, all the work you do, you don't want to be forgotten. And when you're watching your peers keep going and accelerate past you, or you watching people that you haven't heard now jump back on the scene and start accelerating, and it's like you start seeing these lists come out, like as far as the radio playlists and the weekly playlists at Sirius and stuff like that, and you're no longer on it. Like, you watch your name start to go from the top 10 to like top 20. Now you're down at like 47. Then you're just not even on the list anymore. Like, they're just not playing anything. Not because they don't love you, but you just haven't given them anything new.
Exactly.
And they've rotated your last stuff out. You know what I mean? So now, periodically, you'll pop in there because enough time has passed to bring those records back. But you're not feeding them. You know what I mean? So you start feeling like, damn, I'm getting kind of cemented over. But then when people like you and, you know, DJ Eclipse or Premier or different guys on different platforms, salute LS at This Is Hip Hop, you know, when you guys reach out for interviews in times where I feel like I haven't given nothing to talk about, but y'all still see the value in speaking with me, lets me know that, no, I'm not forgotten. It's just up to me to get back in traffic when I'm ready. And it takes some of the pressure off, so I don't have to force myself in traffic. I can really be comfortable when I get back in the car. Because when I get in the car, I'm driving till it crash. Like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And the Range Rover that I parked up, is not going to be the same car that I pull out. Like, all I've had was time to sit in this garage. You know what I'm saying? So when I pull back out, it's going to be a problem. And it's like, even like the way I'm writing now is like, I think when I found my voice, my lyrics started to become triumphant. Like, they started to, like, you could hear the horns. Even when the beat had no horns in it, I could hear like royalty horns in every beat, even though there was no horns on the track, right? But now it's coming from this Legends point of view. So it comes with a different ease. Like, I don't feel like I feel like I'm proven already. So now it's not about letting you know I'm dope. We already got that out the way. Now it's about letting you know I gave y'all a couple years to breathe. I feel like R. Kelly or like Usher. Like, they'll get quiet for 2-3 years and let all the Omarions and Trey Songz and Neos and all of them get busy. But the minute Kelly dropped or the minute Usher dropped, no matter how long it took, once they dropped for 6 weeks, you already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel in this, like, my level of the game. I don't like saying just independent, but the underground mainstream space of it. I feel like once I decide to do it,
your spot
it's
is
already
there.
it's just gonna be what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, all the people I love, like, I'm watching them work and I love it. And it's like, I feel like I'm not in their way right now. Just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in pure support mode. Like, I'm sharing, I'm talking, I'm bigging them up. I'm like, in my interview now, I'm talking about the other names. Like, I'm in that mode 1000%. Because I understand once I start. Yeah, once I start.
No, that's what's up, man. And are you gonna be, because you said you're a singer too, and that was your first intro to music and stuff like that. Are you bringing some of that into your music and stuff like that?
I've sang on every album you could find. Any singing hooks on it, I've sang all of them.
That's been all you? Okay.
All me.
Okay.
I mean, I've had 1 or 2 features, unless it's a female feature, and that I probably wrote. But all the male features, except the Paris Smith features, which is my brother, I do them all.
Now,
and there's a lot of other artists in the game. I do their hooks too.
What type of sacrifices would you say, chasing this dream and going after this, have you had to make, you think? And then on the flip side, what was some of the rewards thanks to that sacrifice?
So the biggest sacrifice of this game has been my kids' childhood. My kids have watched me pursue this my whole life, and they caught a lot of L's and had to take a lot of daddy's not home and daddy's in the studio or daddy's doing a show or daddy's traveling or daddy's got a meeting their whole life. So I owe them everything. So this whole journey got to get finished just so that their childhood wasn't squandered for nothing. That's one.
I don't want to cut you off, but I'll just say this right there about that. It wouldn't be squandered anyway, because at least you showed them, you know what I mean, that regardless, sink or swim, you went after it hard, you know what I mean, and didn't settle, you know what I mean? And a lot of times that's important, you know what I mean?
That's a version. However, there's also the version that hard work pays off, and you've always seen the hard work. I have to make it pay off, and that makes that a lie.
That's true.
That's another version, right? So at the end of the day, the older you get, and especially when you're dealing with illness, you start to realize that none of that matters. Time is all that matters. And they lost a lot of it. You see what I'm saying? So now that I understand it better and I'm trying to do my best, I'm still dealing with grown people. I'm not dealing with the ones that needed it because they had no other choice or they were 1000% dependent. You know what I'm saying? Now they choose to give me their time. You see what I'm talking about? And I acknowledge that. That's why I appreciate it even more, because technically they didn't have to. They could have held a grudge and just ran with it. You see what I'm saying? So I try to now, I have 3 grandkids. I try to, take super advantage and let them, I try to take super advantage and let them see how I handle that. You know what I mean? And say my piece by pouring it into their kids. You know what I'm saying? So we've all found our way closer, and because like my oldest son actually pursues the music, he sees it a little bit better now that he has a daughter, and he's still trying to figure out how to juggle it. And I feel like he's doing way better than I did. I feel like they're all doing way better than I did. So yeah, that's the biggest sacrifice.
Do you have music? Do you have music with him?
Yeah, my son is on my last. If you listen to the last Black the Blacklist project. He's on that. There's a song called Stranger Things. He gets busy on it. I think he got a stronger verse than me, but I'll never tell him that again. He got to hear this interview. But he's dope. He gets busy. He's a hell of a writer. Then, you know, my home life, you know, the missus, their mother, she went through what she went through in order for me to get here. You know what I'm saying? And the sacrifices that came along with the women, the traveling, the being pulled in 1,000 directions already, sharing my attention with the public, just all of it, plus her investment in the situation. So, you know, she used to pay for my tokens and lunch money back when I was first trying to get this. You know what I'm saying?
I call that ride or die, though. I call that ride or die. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so I could get to the studio, fam. So you got to acknowledge that and the sacrifice. And every woman that's been attached to my life from that point on that has contributed to, bought a poster, printed a poster, carried something to a show, picked up CDs, invested in a piece of studio equipment. I had an ex from high school buy me a new camera lens because I needed it and I just didn't have it at the moment. Like every woman in my life that's ever spent $1 towards my dream because they believed in my potential, all of that gets accounted for in my mind at all times. Then I want to say myself, my health, man, like that was a sacrifice because I was so hyper focused on where I was going. You're just driving a car, you're not getting the tune-ups all the time like you're supposed to. You're not getting off the road and seeing the pit team like you're supposed to. You just driving laps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are all
autopilot in
primary
a way.
Sacrifices. Yeah, those are the primary sacrifices. Even with my sibling, you know what I mean? My sister, me and her could have a different relationship if I wasn't so hyper focused on the journey. You see what I'm saying? But the reward, man, my you know, I wouldn't have the confidence as a person I have. I wouldn't have the identity and security as an individual that I had. I wouldn't have seen the world the way I have from the lenses that I have and the vantage points that I got to take advantage of the world. I don't think I would have been a complete person mentally or emotionally if I didn't get a chance to express my creativity and my personality and even dealing with my traumas, like my personal traumas and things that I'm insecure about and depress me and things that people normally try to hide. I got to scream at the top of my lungs and call it a song. So it got to deal with my personal shames and my personal shortcomings and things that normally would break somebody became my badges. I had people celebrating and relating to my problems instead of trying to ridicule me for them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they worked over a beat. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the songs, people think, yo, that was fire, just had a third. You understand? That was just me trying not to be ashamed of it. So I said it out loud, and then y'all gave me the opportunity to say it to 1 million people. You know what I mean? So it's like confessing 1 million times until you own it.
Got it.
So that's one of the biggest, you know, my mental health is probably one of the biggest benefits from this music thing. And then just, yo, you know, who doesn't want to be the popular kid, man? Even when you're an introvert and you're quiet and you don't know how to, nobody wants to feel unaccepted. So, you know, when you, whether you playing ball or you're good with numbers or, you know, you have an acclimate for something that people can appreciate, you kind of get swept up in the package, right? So like LeBron, we love that LeBron does what he does, and we happen to like LeBron off the court just because that's the guy that does what he does on the court. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of get to tag along.
Approach.
Like Chris got to tag along with Mike Handz through life. You know what I mean? So when I just built me a vessel when I made Mike Handz. That's like, he's my symbiont. He's like my avatar.
Now, what would you say is the one thing, you know, the most, would you say is like, if you were going to give advice to somebody in the game, or what would you say is the best move you've made, or the best decision, or the best path you got on, or the best mindset, whatever it is that this question kind of brings to you?
Got it.
Yeah.
One, don't stop. That's number one. Because the mentality is not that you didn't make it. You can never, ever say you didn't make it. All you can actually say is I didn't make it yet, as long as you don't stop. You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
You can never say you failed unless you stopped. If not, you just didn't succeed yet. So that's probably the number one. Secondly, trust. If you believe, all right, there's a law of a million that I live by. There's another law of a one a day process that I live by. I'll give you both. The law of a million is I can guarantee you whatever you like right this minute, anything, raisins, whatever. There are 1 million people on this planet that feel exactly the same way. I can
believe
guarantee you that.
I believe that as well.
Guaranteed. No matter how good, abstract, regular, mainstream, whatever, or how far-fetched the idea is, you might be the first one to think it, but once you say it out loud, I guarantee you 1 million people will say, word. Which means every song you put out that you like, there's 1 million people that will love that song too if they just get the opportunity to hear it, right? So there's also the one a day law that I live by. Like a vitamin, right? One a day. If you do one productive thing a day, there's no way you can be unsuccessful. Just one. I don't care if it's a successful phone call. I don't care if it's one productive bar you write. I don't care if it's one productive interview you have. I don't care, whatever your lane is, one productive trade, whatever it is you do, right? Like you do radio shows and the other things you do, but I know you for that. So if you have edited one productive radio show or locked in one productive guest, you've made a step towards the overall success of whatever it is you're trying to do. If you can do that once a day, that's 365 productive moves a year.
That sounds about right. That's how you get things done.
Without overworking yourself. And if you get that productive thing done early enough in the day, you might be able to get 2-3 more things done that day. And then give the rest of your day back to your family or back to yourself or back to your well-being or your wellness, right? You've already met your quota for the day. You've done something productive. So for me, I think we overwork ourselves with ambition because a lot of the times we don't think we did enough because the result don't show up that day. When you order something from Amazon, fam, it takes you 10 minutes. Not even. Take you 10 minutes, and that's including the search. Yeah. But once you did it, you did it. You don't have to do nothing else. The package will show up. How many other things can you do to make show up after you've taken only 10 minutes out of 24 hours out your day to guarantee something's going to show up? And then once they start showing up, that's how your blessings look. Once you did the work up front, they'll just start coming. You know what I'm saying? And packages will start showing up you forgot you put the work into.
And what people have to realize is, like, you know, a lot of times they look at something like that, they're like, oh, every day. But you have to look at it like this. It doesn't, you don't have, you watch a show half an hour, right, on TV. You done wasted your time doing that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so throw a half an hour to your life, you know what I mean, through your dreams, through your goals, you know what I mean? So I totally understand 100%, you know, your point. Now,
how about that half-hour show? You're celebrating their dreams.
Exactly.
All the directors, actors, and producers, you're celebrating their dreams. But I'm listening.
No, yeah, that's 100% right. You know, you're really, you know, and it's nothing wrong. I'm not going to, you know, hate on it because I hope people celebrating us, you know. But
that's a fact.
At the end of the day, you still have to, you know, I hope, you know, people are learning a little bit on this show. So that's why I hope they celebrating this. But, you know, you have to decide to go out there and realize that time is money and time is limited and time is the most precious thing, and you can't be wasting it. You can't just be out there, you know, like tomorrow, because you know what? No one's coming to save you off the bat like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what this world's about. You have to save yourself, you know?
You have to balance it, because those half-hour shows are necessary for your wellness. You have to decompress. You have to enjoy what you worked for, whatever it cost, whatever that television or that computer cost you. You still have to justify that by utilizing it, right? Correct. But it has to be balanced. I can't put more time into the TV than I put into myself. I can't put more time into the computer than I put into myself unless I'm working on the computer. I think that's really all it boils down to. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Being balanced in the equation and understanding and enjoying And being able, you enjoy the show more if you know that you did your part already for you.
Yeah. So,
You know,
what does 2022 and beyond look like for you?
honestly, today is what, Wednesday?
Correct.
Tuesday? No,
Tuesday.
today's Tuesday.
Yep.
2022 looks like Wednesday to me.
Mm.
That's it. I know time ain't mine to dictate or delegate, so I don't look further than a day ahead.
Ooh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't have that. That's me really being arrogant and taking it for granted I'm gonna be here.
Mm.
So 2022 looks like tomorrow.
Mm.
And it'll look like tomorrow, whatever day you ask me.
All right. So
that's why even when you went to book this interview, I was like, all right, well, hit me the week of.
Because you never
And when
know.
I spoke to you the week of, I said, hit me the day before.
Correct.
I can't dare give you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Now, with the merch and everything, tell me where we can get that. You know, where's it at? How can people get it? Get their hands on it?
Well, right now, the stuff that's already, you know, in play, you can go to either MikeHandz.com and, you know, click on the merch tab, or you can go to Google and just search Mike Handz Bandcamp and go to the merch tab. But we're working on the new store, Faction 43, and that'll be launched within the next 7 days. 7 to 10 days, give myself a little elbow room.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be on Shopify, and that'll be the primary source for everything, not just my merch, but all of the indie individuals that I've cut deals with to carry their merch as well. I want to make it like a little merch mall.
Oh, that sounds
where
dope.
you can get merch for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even your show, if you got merch, they can get it on yours, but if they happen to cross it on mine, they could get it there too. There's no reason they shouldn't get it because they didn't know to go to your one outlet or two outlets. It should be in other outlets too. You see what I'm saying?
Totally agree.
Like that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm hoping that my interest and anybody that's coming to check for me can stumble across your stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's definitely the goal, man. And I like the idea. I got a similar one over here because I got a storefront connected to this store. You know what I mean? And it's really just for indie wear. You know, an artist that you know.
Wait, you have a physical?
Yeah, I got a storefront. I got a storefront right in front. Right.
Where are you?
I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Man, listen, hit me off grid when we get off of this. And then, you know, we can talk about something and I can, not just the Mike Handz merch, but we also own the Sneakerhead
Definitely.
brand, so
yeah, definitely.
Let's see what we can do.
Definitely. And anybody else up there, you know, that's with it because, you know, I mess with a lot of people that you know too, you know, like Stack Dollar.
Okay.
That's my brother.
That's the homie.
Up there.
That's
you
the
know,
homie.
Lionel. I don't know if you know him too well. Haggard.
Which one? Haggard? Come on.
That's
we
my
went to high school together.
Yeah, that's my brother too.
Yeah,
we lived on McDonough. I lived on McDonough for like about 2-3 years and stuff. And
my family on McDonough. So, but we're closer down to the Fulton side.
Okay.
I don't pulled up over there on McDonough too. But like you know when Mars passed, I'm there for all that. That's the homie.
Wow, look at that. Damn, man, that's what's up, man. So yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, hopefully we can get you down here too. We could do an interview up in here. You know, that would be dope to have as well. Are you okay?
So,
go ahead.
Not to cut you. I have a company that I'm the creative director for. That's in Port St. Lucie. So I frequent back and forth down there. Orlando's not too far off.
No, it's like 3.5
my other
hours.
producers are in Tampa. Yeah, my other producers in Tampa. I know Orlando's not too far off. Then my uncle's in Kissimmee, and he works in Orlando at Disney. He's one of the chefs at Disney. So I know either way I can. Orlando is, you know, I'm trying to come to Disney anyway, so
yeah,
I'm gonna make my way.
Yeah, man, make your way, man. We'll see. We even I do videos as well too. I mean, I haven't done one yet, but I've done 100 weddings.
You talking about music videos?
Yeah, I've done over 100 weddings, and I got cannons and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Watch me. I'll send you some of the links. I direct videos and shoot videos for a lot of the folks up here too, so we could build. And I'll send you some of the links for some of the stuff that I have out there. Some of the Sean Price stuff that stuff I shot with Sean Price, Tragedy. Oh gosh, like yeah, Royal Flush. I got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
and I
we
did see
could
that.
build.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. I definitely look forward to that, and you know, I wish you nothing but success. I think you know, you're a dope artist, you know, and I don't just spread that out lightly. You know, I have a guest here every week, you know, and I don't say it every week, but I tell everybody that they're dope in their lane of what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because you know, that everybody, you know, I love the 9-to-5ers, the people that still, you know, chasing their dream regardless of having to do the responsibilities. You know what I mean?
One of them too.
Yeah, you know, and that means everything to me to have their stories here and watch people grow. There's a dude out here named Swizzy B. You know, he's one of the youngins. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With the trap and stuff, but yo, he came up in here. He was like just trying to get himself back going again. Now he's opening up, you know, for Soulja Boy, Snow the Product. And a whole bunch of guys that I don't know, but who are big names.
But you understand it works for them. But, and like just to respect it, I don't have anything against it. I celebrate it because it works. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a label exec minded. You know, once you A&R at some point in your career, you start to listen beyond your playlist. You see what I'm saying? It's just not that's not what I press play on, but I do press pay on it if it makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Some of it is good. I'll say this. Some of it is good. You know, like now that I've been around it more, you know, because now that I've lived out here in the South, I hear a lot more of it, you know, regularly. That's right. And so there's some artists that are spitting some, you know, some shit. It's just a different style that you're kind of used to, you know. You just gotta, and you have to kind of like fish it out. They're out there.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. I agree 1,000%. You know, if I didn't live in South Carolina when I'm Bout It dropped, Master P, I'm Bout It, and the No Limit Soldier movement, I'd have had no appreciation for that. But when you in the club and that's the primary genre,
you're gonna feel it after a while.
You're gonna definitely find the pieces you do feel out of it. You see what I'm saying? So I have a different view and appreciation for a Mia X or a True Life or just TRU or Mystical or just any of them. C Murder, you know, he was cool. Silk the Shocker, never. Like I just couldn't. No matter how hard I tried.
That was too extra. Yeah.
But you know, when the ones you could catch up with, you know, it's like, wow, okay, I would have never known. But I'm in the club, know these songs word for word. I got 2 copies like everybody else in the South. One for the car, one for the crib. Yeah. Like you become part of the culture, you know what I mean? And until I got to come home and bring East Coast stuff back down, that's all I had. But it was hip hop, and because I'm a citizen of, I'm gonna adapt to whatever it is before I go to something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not to keep you on here too long, but I'm gonna ask a question that I should have probably asked early on. But tell me about your name. How did you get that name?
There's a cat named RM Des that I love to death, and one of my older homies, still to this day, yo, I'm in the hood. I'm on my way to your crib to this day, right? And I was about 20, 21 at this time. Before that, my name was Real Thorough. So. And Real was REEL, representing each and every lyric. That's back when your name had to be an acronym. You know what I'm saying? You had to really be there for that. So, he had a AKA called Private Benjamin. I thought that was sick. Then his other AKA was Justin, last name Credible. I thought that was ill. So I'm like, yo, I need one of those. And he was like, all right, let me think about it. So when he came to my crib the next day, we smoking, chilling. He was like, yo, how about Michael Handler? I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, Michael Handler. Mike Handler. That's what you do. You handle microphones. Mike Handler. So I'm like, oh. So then that became my name for the next 5-6 years. It was Mike Handler. But the streets nigga rigged it. So they just started calling me MH, or they started calling me Handz, or they started calling me Handler. Like Steel to this day, Steel from Smith & Wesson calls me Handler. You know what I'm saying? Other people thought my name was Mike. They thought my name was actually Mike. You know what I'm saying? So they started calling me Mike. So then it just became Mike Handz, as
that's what I
short
assumed.
For Mike Handler. Yeah, and then that's it. Just from there, then it started sounding like you was Mickey Screws or Johnny the Pump from the mob or something. And they just ran with it.
No, that shit is dope.
But then ironically, I was in the streets at the same time. So that incarnation of it became Hand Skills. So, you know, say it slow, Hands kills. You know what I'm saying? So then I started using that. And then whenever I was rhyming, yo, son killing him, yo. So then it became Handz Kills, and then Handz Kills, and then Mike Handz just stuck. So now sometimes, yo, if you ever watch my timeline, somebody will post me and somebody say, "Oh, it's Mike Handler." Like, oh
wow,
you really go back.
You go back. That's what's up, man.
You go back.
But right there, you can see your creativity right there. You know what I mean? On how you break all of that down, and the streets helped and all of that stuff. But how your brain worked to incorporate all of that stuff.
How about this? I told you I was a menswear designer. So Sean John, Cross Color, Carl Kanai, Azure. I did freelance for Rockaware, Fat Farm. I did this 9 to 5 for many years. And when I started, the year that D-Visions gave me my first line of my own, which was Intellect Premium Denim, I started doing lines for other companies under Michael Handler. So it would be the Michael Handler collection. So it still was an incarnation of the same name, but in fashion, it was Michael Handler. And
it worked. It works.
That's how it worked. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So, yo, you got any? Are you doing shows or anything like that? Are you able to do that, or is this lockdown still?
Absolutely not. But as a favor to my partners, and I don't even want to say a favor. It's really a favor to me because I think I'm scared to, and they forcing me, right? I think after the COVID thing going on. Being a transplant patient, they put you on immunosuppression drugs. So my immune system just is not what anybody else's is. So I think I'm scared on a certain level to even be outside for real. But at the same time, I know how to keep myself safe. So I know
it is dangerous times. It is dangerous times. Don't play with your life though.
But they made an accommodation for me. So rather than do the show regular, they made it a virtual show where only the artists and the production staff will be in the venue. Everything else will be avatared and online that you'll see on a virtual venue. And that was just because they didn't want me to not do it. So January 30th, I'll be doing my first show in 2 years. I have no clue what I'm doing. I have no clue what records should be doing. I have some new records off the new album, but no one's ever heard them. And then I have some of the classic stuff that people do know, like the record you just played. And I think I'm gonna do just a medley, like one verse of each joint, just to get the dust and the rust off. And like I said, I'm never more at home than I am on a stage. So I want to see if that still holds true after 2 years. And I think that'll actually
and the new you
to that what we talked. Yeah, that'll lend to what we talked about earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yo, I appreciate you coming through. Let the people know exactly where they can find you, follow you, and everything else,
Well, in the words of my brother John Gall, stop doing all that. Just make sure you get the website right, and let me do that so that way you ain't got to tell them a whole bunch of. So MikeHandz.com, go there. All the social media links are on there that you need. And if you just got time and you want to just play with it like that, just Google me and sort through them 30 pages and see what happens. Because there's stuff, I Google myself all the time because there's stuff pop up that I forgot about or didn't even know was out there. So, Google's one version if you got time, but if you don't, just go to MikeHandz.com and the IG, there's Facebook, the Facebook fan page, social, the SoundCloud, everything is there. So that'll probably be about the most direct one. But I'm on IG more than Facebook. So if you really want to hit me, just Mike Handz on IG and just pull up on me.
Yo, my brother, I appreciate you taking the time and rocking with me.
Thank you, King.
I want to have you back on here. When you got a little bit more, you let me know. When you need to come back for whatever reason, and we have you back.
Just watch the timeline. When it start moving, just tap me.
Also, just a little FYI, Bizarro is having something over here in Orlando in like February or March. I don't know.
He's doing Orlando.
Yeah, he's doing Orlando.
Normally we do Brooklyn to Tampa. So
yeah, Brooklyn.
He's doing Orlando is dope.
I was there at the Tampa one in like September, October. Yeah,
that was into August.
Yeah,
early September.
That's right. I was there.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. I was there for that. But he hit me up. Actually, El Haggard hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna be in Orlando." You know what I mean? And he said a bunch of people. So I was just thinking, that'd be maybe a great time for you to pop through.
That's my family. Silence the Fifth, Coke.
Yeah.
El
Shout
Haggard,
out to them boys.
Mr. Fitzwell. That's all family. You see what I'm saying? So like one of my engineers, like Inhouse is Silence. You know what I mean? He engineers at my studio. He
Shout out to
engineers when
Silence.
yeah, that's my guy. So, and he's a hella MC. So that's my guy. But I was gonna actually come to the Brooklyn and Tampa, but I ended up in the hospital, so I couldn't go.
Oh, damn.
But I've performed at I think 2 or 3 of them over the years. Bizarro's also done some incredible records for me. He was my first DJ. You know what I'm saying? So, my first show DJ was Bizarro. So it's
Look at that.
it's all
Man.
love
Small
there.
world, man.
Then, when I had my radio shows, I was on Beat Miners Radio with my Smoking Aces show, and Bizarro's over there as well. So it's a lot of history with the folks you're naming. So it's all family and love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. So before I let you out, go ahead and give me a song, a video that you got here. Actually, even if you want to play a song that's on YouTube or something that I can just grab up, let me know, and I'll let you go with that.
There's one called For Me. For Me, that I think is a dope one. Did you find it? It's a black and white video.
I found it. Let me go ahead and set that up. And just tell me a little bit about the video.
So the concept For Me, the song is on my last album, Hell on My Back, Heaven in My Wake. I dealt with a lot of my personal loss and depression and transition through life there. The concept of the album was all the bad shit, hell is on my back, so heaven's the only thing that could be in front of me. There's no other option. So hell on my back, heaven in my wake. And this particular song, the title I think speaks for itself, that no matter what's going on, I know this is still for me. So no matter the setback, no matter the pain, no matter what, I'm still going for it.
And I see Rock's in the video. Shout out to him. He
Now,
recorded
let me
many
tell you a
times in
little
my studio
backstory.
back in the day.
There's another record called Run It that Rock is on. That video is out there as well. But we shot both videos on the same day. We shot Run It first, and I was still, if you look at my arm in the videos, I still had if you look at Run It, I still had the tubes in my chest coming out of my neck. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's just
crazy.
bandaged up. And I ran out of steam by the time we got to the second video. I just didn't have it in me. The fatigue got me. So Rock, in this video for me, stood in for me. So he played the lead in the video for me. And the verses that I'm spitting, I had to spit on another day when I got my energy back together. So we shot both videos with the same director in that one day. I couldn't physically get through the second song, so Rock carried me through it.
Yo, shout out to Rock. Mike
That's
Handz,
my big brother.
I appreciate you again. And I look forward to having you back up here. Take care, my brother.
Talk
Salute
to
to
you
you.
soon. Peace, King. 100.
Peace. And this is For Me.
All of this pain in me, all of this pain I see, all of this pain in me, all of this. Far as I can see, I had to play the cards given to me, the best I can know in this life's for me. Sacrifices and the love lost at all costs and drama it brings, and though it stings, I still gotta be me. If this is for me, all the decisions, good and the bad intentions, will lead me to where I'm posing to be. It's pain that I see, the pain some of my choice can bring. I only hope that there's forgiveness for me. Yeah, I got working at the asphalt, trying to stuff a bag in this cash vault, fighting like it's part of the stash fault. Movements of rash hope, trying to rectify from I'm last cold. I'm pinned in, crying this last bolt, jotting these end quotes, balance on the staff of these half notes, sailing through this life on a half boat, opened and then quotes, trying to draw the bridge on this last moat, and charge in, storming where most won't. Failures are postponed, victories are getting me close zone. Aspire to be higher, cause most won't. Christ too high, sacrificial living a lie. Balancing blessings in abundant supply. Training my mental is essential, I ride. Writing tales within my book of Eli. Shit moving blind behind the spiritual. Only problem is, a demon is an angel to the untrained eye. May look the same if you believe in the lie. Far as I can see, I had to play the cards given to me, the best I can know in this life's for me. Sacrifices and the love lost at all costs and drama it brings, and though it stings, I still gotta be me. If this is for me, all the decisions, good and the bad intentions, will lead me to where I'm posing to be. It's pain that I see, the pain some of my choice can bring. I only hope that there's forgiveness for me. Yeah, I gotta be. I'm a slave to mob obsession, victim to my depression. Frustration in my lessons found me in my aggression. I'm hiding from reality, buried in my professions. Love's always a casualty, sacrificed all my missions. I mean well, I'm blinded by desire to excel and take my chances hoping to not fail. Knowing that life's frail when people put their pebbles in life's pail. Beyond the thought of prison and love's jail, they hope to hold on, hold you close and try and weather your storms. Till you're a ghost and then they're forced to move on. My spirit is torn between the man that I'ma be till I'm gone and the one I'm meant to be when I'm born. Seemingly drawn to be a king despite the moves of a pawn. I gotta get it right long before I'm gone. The man that I've sawn has burned bridges even though he's reborn. A lot of them stayed but more of them gone. Far as I can see, I had to play the cards given to me. The best I can, knowing this life's for me. Sacrifices and the love lost at all costs and drama and break. And though it stings, I still gotta be me. If this is for me, all the decisions, good and the bad intentions, will lead me to where I'm posing to be. It's pain that I see, the pain some of my choices can bring. I only hope that there's forgiveness for me. Yeah, I gotta be me.
Dope video, Mike Handz for me. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. You can go to Mike Handz page, Mike Handz, spelled how you see it right there on the page, or go ahead and go to the Have Nots Entertainment show playlist. This video's on there. Dope interview. Hope y'all learned a lot. Hope y'all got tuned in or put on to an artist if you haven't heard of him yet. As you'll see, he's right there rubbing elbows with a lot of legends and a lot of hip-hop pioneers. So you know the music's going to be dope. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the next song on the top 5 indie videos of the week. If we can get there real quick. Yeah. Oh, it's one of them little videos. All right, this is going to have a little bit of the YouTube on it because it's one of them little videos, man. I hate when they shoot them videos like that. Shoot them full frame, full HD, because they capture the whole thing, and I don't feel like resetting it all like now. But this is a Tycoon 62 featuring Daz Dillinger. Yes, Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound. He's been doing his thing. If you've been watching the Everything Indie show, you'll see that for the last maybe 2 months or so, he's been on 2 or 3 of the indie sounds of the week, and maybe even a top 5. We'd have to go back and confirm that, but yeah, he's doing his thing. Let's go ahead and check him out with Tycoon 62. This is called Running Man.
Call me the drummer man. Stick a band. I'll be the nigga that gunny down with no man. High points that smash off on a nigga ass. Sideways to the next light. Talking that untouchable shit. Got caught up at that red light. We sending torpedoes, car. And amigos, car. You holler, I see those, car. I style like we go, car. Let me slow it down, old nigga running back. It was like, tell me that. Bitch, I kill anything that I'm aiming at. No quarterback, and I done handle that there scoop. Put holes all in that coupe. No mortuary, no pallberry. Set your face up with this deuce 2, 3. Yeah, that's me that let this whole thing go. And I'm the one that turned this kid into a bastard and all. Yellow tape the whole scene. Name sprayed across the wall. Shit be like running man. Running rounds, call me the drummer man. Stick talking that untouchable shit. Got caught up at that real life.
Hi, bang, bang, chitty, bang, bang. A nigga with the business, nigga, bang, bang, bang. I'ma run up on you niggas like what you claim. Get him close range, get him for a shame. I'm looking for the eyes when the nigga body clap. The whole party stop when he heard the gun fire. Your bitch wanna pop her head like this. See, walk, let her fingers twist. Motherfucker, don't you know we the shit? Nigga, don't ask me, nigga, ask that bitch. Can't 501, got my hand on my gun, but I tell y'all niggas that it ain't no fun. Green light, green light, green light, go, 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 go. On your mark, get set, nigga, run. Y'all off-brand niggas get no pass. See, y'all can't fuck with that nigga dance. You know that I get in your bitch ass. Don't make me laugh when I blast. Nigga, do the
Run a man, run a man, run a man. Underground call me the drummer man. Stick a band. I'll be the nigga that gun down with no man. High points that smashing off on a nigga ass. Sideways to the next light. Talking that untouchable shit. Got caught up at that real life. Point blank range, give a fuck about the things. In my mind going crazy. Shit is heavy on my brain. And my trigger figure itches, so I press in every game. Just in case a nigga slip the chopper watching everything. It's the only one I trust that I take the whole fame. And he won't say nothing but a bang, bang, bang. And then click, click, click. When it's done, shoot shit. Hey, one hood credit and a hand in the clip. So I hope a nigga fast when I let the thing drip. Knock a nigga out of shoes, so I hit 50 quick. Had to set the whole temper, so I emptied the clip. And Channel 5 nose caught an overkill crap. Corner couldn't find his fake, now the snow's was left. Had to identify his body with the teeth that was left. Found 99 shells, 37 through his chest, another 22 mouth. Knocked his face to his left. Had to get the rest around just in case it won't test. Never go to war with a nigga. Defeat that. Should be like run a man, run a man, run a man. Undergrounds call me the drummer man. Stick a band. I'll be the nigga that gun down with no man. High points that smashing off on a nigga ass. Sideways to the next light. Talking that untouchable shit. Got caught up at that real life.
Alright, bitch wanna bob her head like this. See walk, let her fingers twist. Nigga wanna bob his head like this. See walk, let his finger twist. Bitch wanna bob her head like this. See walk, let her fingers twist. Nigga wanna bob his head like this. See walk, let his fingers twist.
I should have let y'all see that. Nice little end into the video. Little one of them Cali cars peeling off, you know, them Cali caddies. Yeah, so if you look on the screen, you know what time it is. It's the winning wheel. 42 weeks. Week 42. Let's see if the streak finally ends. But as you can see, we have a lot of dope things on there. We have discounts. We have freebies. We have cash. We have a lot of things on there for you. You know what I mean? Anybody trying to do something in this game will find something beneficial to them on the wheel. The winning wheel, as it is known. So we're going to go ahead and spin this bad boy. And we're going to see where it lands. We're going to give it a good little spin, you know what I mean? Because it does tend to land on the same things if I don't. So, boom, that's it. Let's see where it lands. Free album cover. All right. That's very simple and a dope thing to have. If you don't already have an album cover, or we can substitute it for something else, some type of graphic designs. But yeah, free album cover. Make sure you know what to do. If you don't know, now you know. Make sure you're following and sharing all platforms. And leave a comment saying that you want this. And we'll get it to you. That's how we do it. The Everything Indie Show. We'll be right back. And we're going to go ahead and play another song from the top 5. And this time is, who you'll never guess, but Slim Thug, who's an indie artist nowadays. Let's hear him out with Big Slim.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
No, man, not much. We got this ready for you. Just have a seat.
I don't need my lawyer or anything for this?
What? No, man, I got this right here. We just got to get this done and we'll be done with it.
Goddamn, Sam. them, bitch, I don't need no cosigns. Them white folks got your sign, they get none of mine. Talking about you a boss, get your boss, nigga. So your masters for cars, you a house, nigga. Tryna floss on me with that man chick. Tell your man, fuck his chick, I live for respect. I don't mind, fuck signing on your dotted line. I got my own contracts, bitch, sign mine. On time, all the time when it come to grind. I keep it 100 on the mic, you niggas lying. But what's new? I need a +2. I'm on Rome and Rome doing what hustlers do. Got a meal worth of cars and $1 million house, and I got titles and deeds, my shit paid out. Y'all flossing years straight with them paper plates, but acting like we the same, now that ain't the case. Scamming ass niggas, I did this with God's grace. Hard work, no shortcuts, driven out fake. Keep eating, but kill it with the competing. With them PPP loans and so on, y'all cheating. Stop acting like you got it out the mud. You got it off a loan, you ain't get it like Thug. Went from crumbs, worked up to the plug, and the music so dope, I ain't gotta sell drugs.
See? That's it, man. Hey, first things first. You know, you get the money, right? I don't know if you've ever seen that much money, but you know, you gotta spread it out like the real rappers do, man. You do real rapper now. See, you're already getting the hang of it, bud. One thing, I see you didn't bring a piece in, man. Here, you're gonna have to get used to these.
Appreciate that.
No, man, I appreciate you. I like it, man. There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's up from here.
Hey, I told you, take care of you, bud.
Good looking now.
Yes, sir.
Goddamn, Sam.
That was Slim Thugs with Big Slim. A video, you know, basically detailing how a lot of people, a lot of rap artists just be giving away their royalties and, you know, their masters, you know, just to get that early quick cash. But in anywhere, you ain't got to worry about that. Put your own shit out. Get behind yourself. Invest in yourself. Be your own record label. Get with record labels that are down to earth and are really caring about you, because they know that your success is their success, and that, you know, you're more like a partner. You are a partner as opposed to them big labels. Not saying that sometimes it's not the right move, but who knows, man? It's always better, in my opinion, if you go independent and make a name for yourself that way. So as the New Year's came through, we always have the which I thought was going to be a vacant spot, and I was calling for an indie artist to do the wrap up. I'm disappointed that nobody picked up the mantle. I'm happy that there was one anyway. There was two of them, I think. Yes. I think both Uncle Murder and Mad Skills both did one. I think they both did one. And I think I heard them both. And they both said that this was going to be the last one. But, you know, Uncle Murder in the hook says, you know, y'all knew I was capping, you know, but it's a dope song, another 16-minute song, again, about, you know, everything that happened in 2021. I felt that it was all right. I didn't like the beats were good, I guess, but he didn't really ride him. The cadence on the beat wasn't the way, you know, he's done it in the past. You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's done so many of them, you know, and shout out to him for doing it. My opinion don't matter to him, but I still give it anyway. It was a dope track, and he's just done so much that, you know, it's hard to keep up and be on, you know, surpass the last one every single time. He's done a great job though. If he's finally done, can an indie artist please pick up the mantle? Somebody now, but you got to be raw, you got to be hard, you got to come out with it like him, or do your own style, whatever it is. But to me, I just wanted to feel like his used to feel. You know what I mean? It was all right. I got through the whole thing in one sitting. You know, so go ahead and check it out. It's like 16 minutes long. I think the Mad Skills ones is shorter, but his was good too. I think I heard this year's. I know I heard one of his this year, so I'm hoping. I think it was this year, but you know, piehead. You know, sometimes the mind will be forgetting. I hope to hear somebody else pick it up and do their thing next year. I want to be surprised by somebody, but with real lyrics. I want to hear some dope, funny shit, lyrical shit. You know, just some dope shit. You know, so yeah. So getting back to the top 5, we looking at. All right, we got 2 left. We got Nino Man with Never Had a Lot. And then we'll be back with the indie sounds of the week. We're going to kind of just shuffle through those. And then we'll go to the last song and we'll call it a wrap. So yeah, Nino Man, Never Had a Lot. Let me know what y'all think of this.
I always did what I want. I never listen to nobody, just a kid having fun. They tell me people hating, I don't be giving a fuck. Cause this what happens when you winning and stuff. Look, my position went up. The money came, the oppositions went up. The honeys came and all my bitches went nuts. Making decisions is tough. I did a lot to live this life here. Fuck around a mic's here, living through my nightmares. I ain't even want no Gucci shoes, I wanted Nike Airs. Mommy going shopping, man, I pray she get the right pair. Look, it was shaded first, but I always made it work. Waterman, it made a smirk. We lived through the pain and hurt. Yeah, not that bold. From the bottom, so the block start goals. But I would still eat a Pop-Tart cold. Y'all are not my bros. Niggas always try to bro me. Your parents don't even know me. These sucker niggas is phonies. I didn't have a lot, but I got it now. Man, I'm out here killing shit. Yeah, I'm from the block. We was kinda wild. Man, it don't get real as this. Always stay high, screaming A-high, cause we be outside drilling shit. Better watch those vibes, cause them shits don't lie.
Yeah, that was Nino Man with Never Had a Lot. Another dope indie artist that I hope y'all checking for. So yeah, now we at the part where we just kind of like shift through the playlist. As you can see, this is it's probably cut off a little bit there. I don't want to fix it, so I won't. This is TEIS number 42 Indie Sounds of the Week. You'll see there's 59 of them there. You can say the top 5 or so, the top all the way to Vado over here were all potential indie videos of the week. So yeah, go ahead and check this out. I'm just gonna let you see a little bit of everybody that's there. DJ K Slay, Snow Goons, Jay Critch, who's got like that drill sound, that mumble drill sound, I think, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. There was some good R&B out here too. Peace to rest in peace to Draco the Ruler. Let me see, the R&B tracks were Savannah, Christina, check that out, Sneaky Link, and Mooney Long, No Signal. Both those dope tracks. Make sure y'all checking that out. And for the final song in the top 5, we're going to leave you with Dax and featuring Snow the Product, A Lot at Stake. Make sure y'all subscribe, follow, share. We're going to keep growing this platform so we can continue to put y'all onto the indie world and have a lane for a lot of other people to make money in this game. Yeah, the Everything Indie Show, Logic_DGC, Instagram, Facebook. If you want to get booked, email the Everything Indie Show at gmail.com or hit us up on the IG at the Everything Indie Show. If you're trying to do the verses, let us know. If you're trying to do the artist showcase, let us know. If you've got services around here, we do custom printing. That could be anywhere. We'll mail it to you. Shirts, designs, logos, got you with that. If you're local, music videos. If you can get down here, music videos for a great price. And I'll be able to help you mastermind it. What else? And that's pretty much it for this week. And we're going to also leave you with the Mike Handz song at the end of the Dax song. And I hope you enjoy. Make sure y'all follow Mike Handz. Show him love. Dope artist. And I hope y'all appreciate what we're trying to do here. So till next week, we out. Logic DGC. The Everything Indie Show.
State of mind. Every statue is at liberty to get declined. I break rules, every branch that I will defy is governed by the thoughts that you heard through a grapevine. Me and Siri switching lanes to my baselines, hanging up on bitches, throwing pussy for a FaceTime. They say dogs go to heaven, so these niggas out here walking up a tree. I see them sniffing like the K9. Niggas claiming that I don't spit hot shit. I murder beats off top, that's off rip. 6 feet is the distance, your coffin is buried in the place. I got crowds doing mosh pits. And I ain't never getting boxed in my 3-step drop. Quarterbacks every option. And this is not a TikTok trend. Putting in work's the only time that I got getting. Like Billy, I'm the bad guy. I lash out on the trash they let pass by. Then I go outside and start rapping. I bet everybody watching think a nigga throwing gang signs. I kneel, I pray, I stay up way. I won't change and I ain't no fake. If you ever cross me, better look both ways. I got too much sauce and a lot at stake. I'ma hit my space, way out your range. I mute you names and I talk big game. If you ever cross me, better look both ways. I got too much sauce and a lot at stake.
Well, it's a big bill, counting little bills, stripper tipping bad bitch with a big plan, got a bigger vision, no time for you. All my time spent making decisions. I'm the product and the dealer on a mission for commission. If you ever cross me, don't be calling me. People trying to make themselves feel better with their apology. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Diamond still on 2 degrees. Got rid of the leeches. All of a sudden I got jewelry. Cause all of a sudden I got my bread up. Cause I got fed up. They used to block me, now it's Versace like I'm Donatella. And now my life is bomb as ever, sweet as Amaretta. I'm hopping out and now the driver holding my umbrella. Cause it's a snowstorm now and I'ma make it rain. Mexicans gon' always find a way even if it ain't a way. How you gonna try and cross me? You gotta bum me. Cross him over, back it up, I hit him with the fadeaway.
I kneel, I pray, I stay up way. I won't change and I ain't no fake. If you ever cross me, better look both ways. I got too much sauce and a lot at stake. I'ma hit my space, way out your range. I mute you names and I talk big game. If you ever cross me, better look both ways. I got too much sauce and a lot at stake. Yeah.
Yeah. Some real underground shit. Fucking love this than just classically created, lyrically motivated to leave from decimated. Radical animal that'll rattle your cattle to throw you out of your saddle and get you ready to battle. But I'm a beast that can channel the heat you can't handle, rolling with a fleet to make your back paddle. Rip a page of the book of the dead to resurrect hip-hop, sacrificial blood be shed. I embedded the vibe of the rhyme when my pen bled. I'm an underground certified hip-hop head, speeding with the wickedest lyricist on the precipice. I must confess I've never been a pessimist, cause that's my arch nemesis. Doing it so fucking effortless, you playing with the fire like an alchemist. Hell yes!
Holler the name, I'm sick with it till the organ is claimed. You see, I push through the pain, pure renegade, hustle insane. Push whips in and out of my lane, accelerating the game. Move fly shit, cycle the plane, a buck 50 with it, cutting the brain. Jet streaming the game, boy streamlined, dope to the vein, the crack to the cane. Now let me explain, it's all act. Running the street animals, eat ain't nothing sweet, nigga. We gon' multiply, divide it, and delete niggas. All data statistically mathematic as the ink flows, watering flowers up in the attic. These murders are systematic, bar banging and tragic. Coleslaw is raw, let it shredded to both the cabbage. Paper chasing his habit, see it, reach it and grab it. My manual maneuvers are shifting to automatic. Boom!
Like when babies still rock with Wayne. Y'all be claiming y'all insane, but you're not the same. I think it's fly, but it's not a game. I promise you be as smart as better. I put that on my mama name. Where am I going? What am I trying to say? GPS, I got all kind of ways to make them all recognize your name and make a lot of paper at the same time of day. Plus I guarantee you I can play crazy, get rockin' straight, set this whole house ablaze without a flame. You know the vibe I bring. Nowadays I'm more zen, namaste, and namaste, bringing that fire. Hey, I am Mars, the sent to your continent, to conquer and get compliments. Thank you, thank you. Tell Handz, holler at optimistic. Tell them how them things when we land, that's my Aussie hitter. Let's go.
Matt, what's good, bro? Hey, listen, make sure you stay original. Don't listen to the radio. Don't let the radio dictate on what kind of music you should make to win. People want to see an artist work from the ground up. They don't want to see an artist already talking about money no more. That shit been played out. Love your mama, love your papa all day. We check on them regardless of your situation, nigga. Smoke a lot of weed, of course, nigga, if you smoke. Of course, always stay focused. But quality control and respecting people's time and respecting people, most of all, is what kept me here, relevant all these years. You understand, youngin'? What I did to still be here to talk to your stinking ass right now is I respect people and I respect people's time. And you can go ask your mama, your daddy, your auntie, uncle, and ask them if I'm right. All right, peace, my dude, and keep that hunger up. I admire your hunger.